There's a powerful comfort in belonging. Humans are social creatures, and we naturally look to others for guidance. When we see a crowd moving in one direction, it feels safer to follow. After all, how could so many people be wrong? That instinct to agree with the majority simply because it's the majority is what gives rise to the bandwagon fallacy. It's the belief that something must be true, right, or good simply because many people believe it or do it. We see this everywhere in politics, media, marketing, even in our daily opinions. Everyone's buying this product. Everyone supports this idea. Everyone's saying it, so it must be true. These phrases are persuasive not because they're logical, but because they appeal to one of our deepest human fears, being left out. The bandwagon fallacy feeds on social pressure. It makes popularity seem like proof. But the truth is, a crowd can be just as wrong as an individual. History is full of examples where the majority was completely mistaken. Once, most people believed the earth was flat, that certain medical practices were effective when they weren't, or that social hierarchies were natural and unchangeable. Widespread agreement never guaranteed accuracy. This fallacy thrives because it feels good to belong. Agreeing with the crowd gives us validation and security. It spares us from standing alone, from questioning what everyone else seems to accept. And in a world where being different often means being criticized, it's understandable that people would rather fit in than be right. But when we let popularity replace reasoning, we give away our critical thinking. We start confusing consensus with truth. Something can be popular for reasons that have nothing to do with logic, marketing, emotional appeal, fear, or even pure coincidence. Social media has amplified this fallacy like never before. Trends go viral overnight, not because they hold meaning, but because they trigger emotion or mimic the crowd's behavior. People share, repost, and repeat without stopping to ask, do I actually believe this, or do I just see everyone else believing it? The bandwagon effect doesn't only affect opinions, it shapes identity. People often adopt beliefs, lifestyles, or values just because they're widely accepted. It feels easier to wear what's trending, to repeat what's being praised, to side with whatever is currently winning. It creates a sense of belonging, but sometimes at the cost of authenticity. The danger is that when everyone thinks the same way, no one is really thinking. We stop challenging ideas, and progress slows. Many of history's greatest breakthroughs came from people who resisted the bandwagon: thinkers, scientists, artists, and reformers who dared to stand apart from the majority. Their courage reminds us that truth doesn't need to be popular to be valid. What makes the bandwagon fallacy tricky is that it can disguise itself as community. Being part of something bigger can be positive, shared values, common goals, collective change. But the difference lies in why we believe or act. Are we participating because it aligns with our reasoning, or simply because we don't want to be left behind? Breaking free from the bandwagon means developing intellectual independence, the courage to ask uncomfortable questions even when everyone else seems certain. It means remembering that agreement doesn't equal truth, and that being in the minority doesn't make you wrong. Sometimes the right answer is the one no one is cheering for yet. Sometimes truth starts quietly, and only later becomes accepted. That's the irony. Today's common sense was often yesterday's rebellion. The bandwagon fallacy reminds us that following the crowd might feel comfortable, but it's rarely wise. Thinking for yourself might feel lonely, but it's the only way to truly see clearly.